wearing.
People can be quite cruel.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's the ratio to that? I'm assuming you get a lot more compliments and niceties.
Yeah, the
community tends to be really nice.
It is, and everyone appreciates the effort that anyone has made.
Just get the occasional troll,
whether
it be the appropriate term.
Whether it be a bit of foam to reenactment steel, everyone appreciates what people can do. But like I say, the thing with steampunk, it's so easy to start with that. Because it can be anything. You don't actually have to copy any particular character.
You're just doing your own thing from the get-go.
In fact, my costume at the moment is Jacob Fry from Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Can you show us the...
Yeah, got the blade.
Cool. Oh, see, that is so neat.
And I've got the gauntlet, which is sitting on the table there as well.
Pass that over.
This is actually my first recognisable character.
So normally you do something original.
Yeah, that's right.
But you're actually doing something that people know this time.
That's it. This is my first.
That's from the newest Assassin's Creed, right?
That's right, Syndicate. That's right.
I love that one.
I do have an Eevee cosplay as well to match.
The sister.
The sister, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I do have an Eevee one to match, but
the first decent female in an Assassin's Creed game. Is we had that little mini game with the girl in it, but it was not great.
Assassin's Creed Liberation, or one of them. It was American Civil War of Independence.
It's a decent game, but it's not. Not great.
Although we did have Elise, but you didn't get to play her because she was a Templar.
Of course, yes.
But that's when they weren't fighting.
You get to really play a girl this time. So.
Yeah.
So how come you're not wearing the matching costume today then?
Mine's a little bit too warm to actually wear because my jacket is. I can't take my shoulder plates off of the jacket because I've built it in.
Okay.
So it is
authentic but not very practical.
Yeah.
The thing is with Navy, she has all the hood, she has the big long jackets.
Yes.
She's more the stealth type as Jacob Fry's the brawler.
The one that mucks about all the time.
The one that mucks about. Brawl is the brawler and the one
that's
that usually
I love about that game is you can go
away.
two different ways. You know, there's two very different tactics in terms of the gameplay.
I left my jacket in the car. I thought, no, it's a bit warm for that, and I can just get away with what I've got on anyway.
It's fairly recognisable.
Yeah,
it is. So. And I mean, the first thing I spotted was the blade, and then I put two and two together and went, "Oh, hold on, steampunk blade, aha!"
Yeah.
So it works.
It works because there's a DLC as well for the steampunk side of it, which is where I got the idea for the Tesla coils from.
Can you rotate?
Yeah, I'll try. Try and get into the camera. There you are.
Can the camera do it? I can't see the camera. But
they do flash, but obviously there's the light. It's a bit bright for them, so you can't really see them.
Well, we've got the sea right behind us, so
Indeed,
it's lovely. Yeah, quite.
So. And of course, because it's Victorian time, you can mix a steampunk with it as well.
Definitely,
really
it's both modern and old at the same time. You know,
that's what we normally mix.
Technology meets classic.
Well, the idea is every person's got their own opinion of what steampunk is, but the basic guideline for steampunk, it's what the Victorians thought the future would be.
Yeah, it's a sort of alternative future.
Fashion kind of didn't change, but everything else did.
Although it's a very nice fashion to dress.
Yeah, because women dress smarter, men dress smarter. There's a lot of people that might disagree with me on that one, but
each to their own.
Indeed.
Each to their own. No need to argue. I certainly don't disagree with you. So, what is the first costume that you both did then? You said you started last year. What about you?
I started about 3 years ago.
So you've been doing it a bit longer.
Yeah, my first cosplay was to go to MCM London, and it was a young version of Bellatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter.
Oh my gosh, I love that character. I'm searching my mind for a minute ago. Which one's that? Yes,
I did it as if she was still in school.
Okay.
Because I've got a full Slytherin uniform because I'm a total nerd for Harry Potter. But so I've got a whole uniform, and I had my hair done nice and big, and I've got many a wand from the series, and so that was my first.
Loads of new cosplay options when the new film comes out this year.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that one.
It's really good. Everywhere there's a theatre production that just opened in London as well that is sold out until next year.
But to fill that, you don't have to wait. DC have got licensed to do Harry Potter comics now.
Brilliant.
Or you could just
Fantastic.
re-watch the old ones. Like I
Rewatch the
totally
films?
don't do. all
But it'd be
the
interesting
time.
to see where DC take it. Because I don't know if JK's got any
She's
involvement.
involved in the new film. I don't know about everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might be doing.
She's a fan of play.
I'm thinking they might be doing backstories of the characters because they're doing comics. You can do all of that, filling in the gaps between Harry Potter and when you fought Voldemort.
Maybe adding more detail that we missed from the films. Lots of detail missing from
There
the
is a
films.
lot of
Like
detail missing from
Half-Blood
the
Prince
films.
for one.
I have not read the books.
I have.
So, and having only watched the films, I feel like I've missed out on so much of the mythology. The
Need
great
to
thing
read
is,
the books.
if I watch it with my friends, they're going, "Oh, this is the part when this should have happened."
Yeah.
and pause it for a minute and go, "Oh, actually, you should know this and this and this and this." So I kind of get a running commentary from my my Harry Potter friends.
I think during the films though there is sort of hints of things did happen, but they didn't put it in. Obviously,
Oh, you've got the extended
time.
cuts as well for a couple of them.
Yeah.
Not all of
Yeah.
them, but for a couple of them.
It's quite funny.
One
Me,
more hug or something like that.
me and my dad will sit and watch it, and we sit there and recite the lines along with it.
There are people like that with Star Wars, Star Trek. I'm
Yeah.
like that with Stardust myself. Neil Gaiman's
love
Stardust. I watch that film several times a week. I do know it word for word.
Best scene though is the pirate. Leonardo didn't. Sorry.
He usually does all those heavy films with the
Yeah,
guns
that's it.
and the
Robert De
shooting.
Niro.
Robert De Niro, yes, he's
Dancing the
brilliant.
can in a
That's
tooth.
fantastic. Have you ever noticed that the gun shooting in that scene is perfectly in time with the music?
Yes.
That's
I think
brilliant.
that was brilliant.
Directorial
Awesome.
choice there. Moving on, because
Yes.
we're just talking general
We
nerd now as
just-
opposed
Yeah.
to cosplay. What about you? What was your first cosplay?
Mine was basic steampunk.
Basic steampunk?
Yeah, my costume. I bought some goggles online for about £8.
Goggles, that's quite a common one for
Yeah.
steampunk, isn't it?
Well,
It's like the starter, isn't it?
the idea is because it's futuristic. They do a lot of inventions. A lot of the steampunk ideas are inventions that never actually quite work, but in the steampunk world they do.
They did, yes.
Like Tesla with his little power.
You had this
coils
whole
and things.
infinite power, renewable,
That's renewable
and
energy,
everything,
that's
you know,
it.
as
Yeah.
opposed to the
The
non-renewable.
oddest
something else.
flying machines you can think of, and of course zeppelins and blimps. Of course, they didn't really last that long.
Zeppelins,
But
beautiful things, but kind of a hazard.
instead
That's
of
why
them
we
being
don't have
highly
them anymore.
flammable,
Yes.
Yeah, you do get a lot of steampunk airship pirates, don't you?
yeah, steampunk
A lot.
pirates as well. Commonly known as sky pirates, so you get
Yeah.
rid of that as well.
Very nice. So you're here today with your demon wings thing. Is that a particular character?
No, that is one that we
It's an original thing.
made up. I knew from the start when I first met James I wanted a pair of bat wings or dragon wings, and he made them. And then we were like, hang on a minute. If we make a set of armour for this, we can make it into a demon, and it can just be awesome.
Then the sword come along.
Then the sword
everything else
came
come
along,
Yeah,
and
so
Kind of made the character up as you went along, and then
Yeah,
it's
I
just
mean-
amazing.
the thing is, with the, you don't have to have your costume 100%
No.
all the time when you start. You can just pick things up as you go along.
Especially if it's an original one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, these goggles are on another hat, then I bought another hat, put a raven on the top to represent the Rooks gang.
How have I only just noticed that? I totally I never noticed that until you said there's a raven on your head, and I look, and then
Yeah.
there is a raven
Well,
on your head.
it is a raven, but it's more of like the size of a blackbird or something.
Yes, it is very
Yeah.
tiny, tiny
But I
little thing.
thought-
It's a baby raven.
When I saw it,
Yeah.
because we was at the dockyard doing a steampunk festival, and I saw it, and I said to Freya, I need one of them for my hat because we were going to Comic Con as a steampunk Jake and Evie Fry. I thought, got to have this to represent the Roots gang.
His gang, of course.
Yeah, so
Brilliant. That's a nice little touch.
Yeah.
it's
But not
little
many other
things
people
like
would have.
that.
I doubt anybody else has thought of that.
Do you have any?
So
Oh, you'd be surprised how many people are clever, and they
just add those little touches.
you've got to look closely to realise what they're on about.
You've got it on your cape as well.
Yeah, I've got cape,
You've got a raven on your cape as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sat on
I've
it.
got the assassin symbol and the raven
Can we sort of
clutching
move that up to the
a.
camera? So that's the detail. Is that hand painted?
That is, yeah. So you've got the raven
That's
clutching
hand-painted.
the tent bubbles.
That's your art working there.
Yeah,
So are you a painter or a sketcher or
painter more.
painter?
Yeah.
That's a lost art today, isn't it?
It's all digital, but it is fantastic. You can do it with a computer these days. Not slating digital artwork because it is fantastic, and do what you wish that I could do it.
So you do manual painting and can't really do the digital stuff?
No, don't have the software, don't have the knowledge.
That's fine. I respect both sides of that spectrum. I can't do either.
But I got into
Maybe
cosplaying
draw a
instead.
stick person comic or something, you know?
Yeah.
Got to start somewhere.
Little legs, little head, and
If you're pleased with it doesn't matter what everyone else thinks.
take an art class.
Although
I suppose.
a lot of artists, including myself, are more so likely to not be happy with what they've done and say it's
That
horrible.
is true. Well, we are
Being an
our
artist.
own worst critics.
That's it. That's
Artists
right.
and musicians, we look at our stuff and we stare at it until we hate it.
Yeah, a model will look at them. So, I mean, you say you're a model.
There are a
you
few
look at your,
pictures
you know,
that
you look at your pictures, and the photographer and the agent have decided this is a great. You know, your client has decided this is a picture that works.
Yeah.
This is yes, we'll have that, please.
There
But then
are-
you can look at it and go, why?
Yeah, there are a couple that have been like that, and I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, this is a great shot. I just don't like the way I look. So if it wasn't me, then it would be a bit
We
better.
are our own worst
But
critics.
like, there are a few of my pictures that the photographer has been like, oh my god, this is amazing. And I'm like, that pose looks kind of unnatural to me, but it works out.
A little bit of modesty never hurt anyone, though. You know, it doesn't hurt to be a little bit modest and just kind of think how you can better yourself for the next. I'm always behind the camera, never in front of it.
I'm constantly like that, and my
I'm like that when taking pictures. So if the photographer is looking at the pictures and going, no, I could have done that better.
I'm not usually too happy about people taking pictures of me.
I always ask permission.
When I'm in costume, I'm like, yeah, go on,
Yeah.
You've got
bring
to-
those cameras.
I always ask permission before photographing anyone.
Yeah.
Unless it's one of those really distant shots where you've got a huge crowd of people and you can't really see their faces or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
The Jubilee celebrations a few years back, so many photographs there, but you can't really see the faces. So like, I'm not going to go and poke everyone and say, "Hi, can I take a picture of this?" That would take forever.
The thing is as well, cosplayers really do like it if you ask. Not only
Definitely.
for
Yeah, it is a-
courtesy, but they know that you then recognise them as you really are like what
I
they've
saw
done.
Ghostbuster
Yeah.
earlier, and I saw him sitting down eating, and
That's
I
my
wanted
friend
to
Jake.
I wanted to take a photograph of him because Ghostbuster, but at the same time he's eating. Leave the man
See,
alone.
I really hate that because especially at Comic Con, people are everywhere, and if you're in costume and say something is broken, or you're sat down and you've just taken it off, or you're sat down to eat, and people are like, "Oh, can I take a picture?" And you're like, "I've literally just taken all of my costume off and sat down. Like,
Can
could
I
you not have
breathe,
done
please?"
that?" Or if you're halfway through eating and they're like,
Or in my case, halfway through repairing something.
I feel like
It's
that's
really
kind of what
invasive.
celebrities go through with the paparazzi,
Yeah.
but in your case with fans, with just everyday, geeks going to these
Yeah.
conventions.
Yeah.
These geeks are, stalking you and taking pictures when they shouldn't be. And
it's when you're trying to get somewhere really quickly as well. So like, if you have to go to the toilet and you're trying to run through the convention and people are like, "Oh my god, let me take a picture of you," I'm like,
please leave me alone.
please.
We struggled to ask people to give us space at the table here
Yeah.
earlier because I think all three of us were a bit shy about it. Like,
So we really need the space, but I don't want to ask them
and
to move.
yet perfectly comfortable to go in front of a webcam and talk to strangers and or go up on stage. You two were up on stage earlier, so you can't ask a stranger to can you go sit over there, please?
I don't know, I guess being-
but
It's a
going
bit
up on
different,
stage is
though.
yes.
Being a performer, and I have been for a long time in my life, it feels more natural to be up on stage in front of someone or on a camera in front of someone. I don't do
Does
talking
your
to
heart
people.
not go?
Not all the time. Sometimes it
Sometimes
does.
it does.
It
You
depends
hide it
on what
well.
I'm doing. Yeah, I've had a lot of practice of hiding it.
I don't mind doing it at all. It's just I just don't want to get lost for words or forget what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Or get
You
asked
don't
an
have one
awkward
of
question
those
when I'm on stage
screens
or
that
something.
tells you what to say. You've got to
No.
kind of make
Yeah.
it up on the spot.
But you've got to try and make it as
Natural.
exciting, interesting,
I
as well
noticed
as
earlier
as
that-
much information as you can as well.
Vijay was asking the audience, does anybody have any questions? And there was just utter silence. And I thought, oh no.
We did have a few little hands go up eventually.
But sort of, because everyone must be really shy about it, and
Yeah. When that happens, it's kind of like, oh, no one wants to ask. But then it's also relief.
I think it's the fear of asking someone a dumb question as well, like in the audience's respect.
But no question is dumb. If you genuinely don't know something, it's better to ask.
But
and
people
then
get
the
nervous.
information.
People get nervous. They do. You know, I've had to kind of do my research before coming here. I've been asked to interview certain people today, and these are people that I've heard of. I feel ashamed that I've not heard of them because they are really cool people. You know, but it's a case of okay, I need to do the research because otherwise, you know, I would just be super nervous and just be asking questions like, "What's your favourite colour?" You know, or asking them to do the interview all on their own. Ask yourself a question, please. Which would just be terrible. Funny, but terrible. So, what is the worst and best cosplay experiences you've had, do you think?
Or what, as in costumes that we've seen? Or?
Your personal experiences, like in your costumes, how have people negative reactions or negative experiences? Have you fallen off the stage or something, or you know?
I think the worst thing that we've ever had is when something breaks.
Yeah, like
you have to fix it on the fly.
This morning something.
This morning, we were walking down the stairs, and I got to the bottom. You know when you walk downstairs and you slightly bounce a bit.
I'm disabled. I always bounce.
Okay, well when you do walk down the stairs, you bounce, and the wings are like they're not fixed onto me, like
they're just suspended by straps, basically.
So they're kind of going all over the place.
Well, we got to the bottom, and I just got to the bottom, and it cracked.
No.
And the shoulder strap where it's put on, it decided it was going to detach itself.
Do you carry sewing kits and stuff with you?
In my wallet here, I've got glue.
Oh, so your sewing kit, your fixing kit is part of your costume.
I do the sewing.
That is clever. Yeah. That is exceedingly clever.
There's spanners in here, there's screwdrivers, there's all sorts.
The practical cosplayer.
I always carry a
cosplayer's repair kit on a costume.
Your costume. That is fantastic.
I always have one. And at Comic Con this year, a cosplayer called Lydia Rose.
The London convention again?
Yeah, a woman called Lydia Rose. She's awesome, and she came as the nurse from Pokemon, and she had a cosplay repair kit, and that was what her cosplay was. It was a repair kit. So like,
duct tape.
Built into the because she had a giant Jigglypuff on the front of it.
It's going the extra mile, isn't it? The extra practical mile.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised how many people come up to us and go, "Oh, you've got all mechanical parts. Have you got a screwdriver? You just sort these lights out and things like that."
Actually,
it's actually really good to actually get to help people because it's all it's all about.
So it's Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
The Mary Poppins bag. Look, I've got everything in here.
Yeah. One of my cosplays was a post-apocalyptic one, and I could get away with having army webbing, like on a belt. So I had loads of pouches just full of everything that I could possibly need. So if anything broke, or someone needed a hairpin, or someone needed something sewing, it was all in my pouches. Yeah.
I even got a bit of webbing here that holds the mobile phone in it.
Yeah.
That's so practical. That's so practical.
You can have.
I
have my shopping trolley. That's my equivalent.
my Raven.
We wish we had one to get here actually.
My fairy witch that I had, we've got a staff that goes with it, and the battery console inside it. I could take my glasses off and put it inside it. I could fit things inside my staff. So it was like I didn't actually have any pouches or anything on me, but the staff was my storage for the day. It was brilliant.
If it's not me and Freya doing shows together, I usually have a whole team for the local ones.
Team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a team of approximately 9, sometimes 7 at most, sometimes at shows.
You go together to these events?
Yep, so you can imagine it, I'm running around after a load of fairies with the repair kit, stumbling over everything, so I'm in a rush.
All you can hear at the convention is, James!
Yeah, something's going wrong.
My wings are broken.
Yeah, so...
What about your best playing on the other side of the spectrum? Best cosplay experience?
The reactions.
The reactions
from people that
like
I get.
That young girl with the dummy.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, do tell. This sounds like a good story.
I was in Rochester at the Sweeps Festival, and I was in the fairy wings, and this little girl came running up to me, and she handed me her dummy. She handed me her dummy and she said, my mummy said, when I'm a big girl, the dummy fairy will come and take my dummies away, so I'm giving you mine to prove to mum that I'm a big girl. And I was just like...
I would have cried. I think I would have cried.
I was like this close.
But you've got to stay strong. You'd be like, okay, because I am a fairy.
Yeah, it's like, very well done, you are a big girl.
That is amazing.
Oh yes, last week I went up to a London hospital and basically they're doing what's called a fairy project, and they're going into hospitals and they're going to see the children. So
The ones in the special wards.
Yeah, in the children's ward, and just to take their mind off a bit, so because obviously they're in hospital and it's not a nice place to be.
Actually, it's very scary at that age.
Yeah, especially at that age. So we all go in, and I was in my big fairy wings.
Planet Cosplay do that with the local hospital here sometimes.
Yeah.
Spider-Man goes down there.
Yeah. It was just lovely because it's like a break from having to worry about your health, and like we went up to the geriatric ward, and they were amazed by it. And
I suppose people didn't do things like that back in those days.
No.
It's a whole new thing.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have any?
My best cosplay experiences is probably the amount of people, real friends that I've met along the way doing
It's a good way of making friends then.
Yeah.
because we're all out to have fun, we all give each other ideas, and just a big friendly atmosphere.
We all have a common interest as well.
Well, straight away you've got to. It's like when you come to a convention, everyone here is a geek.
It's like an icebreaker.
Everyone
isn't
here
it?
likes computer games.
Yeah.
Why would you be at a computer game convention if you did not like computer games? So straight away, again, like you say, icebreaker.
Yeah.
Hi, you like computer games? I like computer games.